Hey, good morning, and welcome back to Maz. Man, it's been a little bit since I've done anything on here, on any of the maps, or recorded or posted anything. We'll get into that in a minute here, but first we'll talk a little bit about what we're going to get done today. So it's the first day of April here, and I just can't help but stare at this field. Look at this. So the farmer Darius, who owns this, has done nothing with it except allow weeds to grow. It's kind of like a sign that we should probably buy it, because a lot of these fields right now are getting planted, right? We've got potatoes anywhere in this one. Potatoes, yeah. And then the one over here, also potatoes. But this one here has just been left. So I think, anyways, I've been staring at it. I think it's time to buy it. So let me just buy this field right now, and then we'll figure out what we want to do with it. All right, there she be right there. It's pretty inexpensive too, if I remember. Yeah, $41,000. So let's buy that. So we're going to get that plowed out today. Let's grab the tractor here and go for a quick drive. Let's grab the plow. Whoa. Those beacons come really close. I think those beacons are actually hitting every time. They may not now that I have the plow on. Let's see. Oh, like they just... I don't know. You be the judge. Are they hitting? I think they're hitting. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so we'll come back for that field because we do want to run a plow through it. Let's go... Open up the big security gate there. And let's go check out... okay, so I want to go check out... There's one other field I want to go look at. And then we have a piece of property that we already own that needs some work. So we're going to go do that work. That's the cut through right there. I should have taken that. It's been a little while since I've driven around here. Yeah, I guess I'll as we're driving over here, about a week ago, got super busy and couldn't record any content. Super busy with work. And then we were sort of leading into a race weekend with the kids. I think we had like 2 race weekends in a row, to be honest with you. Something happened, I remember, where I got super busy. And anyway, so this last weekend, we're getting ready. I had a kid whose clutch went out on his bike, so I'd never actually replaced a clutch before, so I had to learn how to do that. I had to get the parts. I had a lot of stuff that I don't normally have to do, taking up time. And then last Friday drove 6 hours to Southern Ontario to go to a race. Anyways, both my kids, my 10-year-old, my 18-year-old, were both racing. Anyways, we slept over on the Friday night. Saturday was practice in the morning, and then races in the afternoon. My 18-year-old raced first, and he got 4th in his first race. So basically the way it works is when we do motocross, they have 2 races, and their overall sort of average play, they get an overall score, and that's sort of how they rank for the weekend. So he got 4th in his first race, and was looking really good. So we were thinking he was going to get a good overall score after his 2 races. And then my 10-year-old got up to the line. The gate dropped, and he was racing hard. He managed to hold on to 4th the entire time, probably because I whispered in his ear right before he left the gate that his brother got 4th. So he was hammering. And anyways, he got somewhere in the last lap, he got passed. So he was still holding on to 5th, which would have been probably one of his best results. And on the very last corner of the very last lap, he something called whiskey throttle, if you're familiar with riding motorcycles, where you inadvertently pull the throttle, which then somewhat pins your hand to the throttle, and it's hard to let go. Well, unfortunately, he was pointed in a direction that had a wooden fence, and he went right through the wooden fence, and the poor little guy broke his femur. So that was Saturday night. So Saturday afternoon, we got an ambulance ride to one hospital, and then a helicopter ride to another hospital, and then we spent a couple nights in hospital, and then Then his mom drove down and tagged her in, and I drove back, and then became a bunch of work all of a sudden. And this is the first time I've been able to sit down and do something that's not work or tend to my broken child in the last little while here. So, anyways, I just needed a bit of a break. So I figured let's get on the map here. Let's do some stuff today, and then I can kind of put that out of my mind for a day here, anyways, and then we'll get back. He's at his mom's right now, and then he'll come back to me tomorrow. And then it'll be ice cream and hanging out on the couch. Maybe we'll play some. He likes to play. He likes to play Farming Simulator. He likes to play hunting Bigfoot. He likes to make stuff on Planet Zoo and things like that. So we'll play some games and hang out and whatever. But anyways, right now it's all about what are we gonna do here on Maz, and how are we gonna make $1 million? And we've already paid our loan out, which is good. But we got some expensive leases that are still outstanding, so we got to get that taken care of. But. So that's more or less the story about where I've been for the last week and a bit. Gonna slowly be getting back into making content here, but anyways, thanks for watching anyway. So here's another field I was looking at. Check this one out. Mr. Yaroslaw, he has not put anything into this field either. Like all the fields around pretty much are planted, but this one is not. So I'm thinking we may want to grab this because it's got a twofold benefit here. It's we can plant it, obviously. I know at one point I said I wanted to just pirate some fields where you jump in and right before harvest and buy the field, but I do also want to plant some fields. So this one, see if you look right along here. So we already own this, right? And we own it right over to the road in the woods there. Well, this side over here is all trees. So we could eventually purchase, we could purchase this field, then eventually take all these trees out and expand this field. But for now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to buy it for a cool $107,000. And we're going to run the plow through it and get this thing planted. So that leaves one more field in the row here, which is currently planted with wheat, I believe. Yeah. So our fields on the end there, those are the ones with oats. This field is owned by Carolina. She's got wheat in her field, and we now own this field, of which we're going to put something in it. And I'm kind of thinking maybe corn might be the way to go. I don't know. I don't have a planter, so we're going to have to see. So before we do that, let's go over and check out our yard. Okay, here's the road. Yeah, see right here, if I took all these trees out right up to the pond, I'm not even going to say if, I should just say when, because now I have both sides of this pond. And at some point here, all of these trees will be gone also. So we'll have a pretty good coverage there. Yeah, it's just been a while since I've been on here. So I'm just kind of driving around looking. I'm like, all right. That is the grass field we have growing, and let's just go check. Okay, so the other field over here, I got all this cleared out, and I don't honestly remember if I had all this cleared out the last time we hung out, or whether I was finishing this off camera. I think we cut a lot of this down together, but I might have actually finished clearing this between when we saw each other last and now. So that's what it looks like now. I'm going to expand this field and merge it with what is this existing grass field, and then I'm going to plant grass in that. So it'll be just one large grass field until such time that we take those trees behind me there, behind my tractor, those trees. Once we take those out, then we can expand it and make an even bigger field. But so on tap for today, now we have three. We're going to carve this field out. We'll get some lime down, and then we'll get some grass put in the ground, and then we'll plow those other two fields that we just bought, and we'll put something in the ground. I don't know what. Both of them look like they had already been limed, but yeah, that's it. And then if we get a chance, let's just quickly check our inventory. So I seem to think that there was something that was worth selling, or I don't know, maybe that was when I get confused because I popped onto Comlands for a minute just to see what was going on there, and I can't remember where I had stuff to sell. So what do we got here? We have, we don't have a lot of stuff. We have about 6,000 liters, almost 7,000 liters of tomato sauce and mixed salad sitting there. The prices are actually good. Prices are better than the top price, so we could sell those, but I'm not going to lose any sleep if I don't get those sold right away. The solid fertilizer that we have sitting there right now is also better than its best price. I guess we what is that? 73 plus 88, almost around $88,000 sitting right there between solid fertilizer, tomato sauce, and mixed salad. So that's not so bad. Not so bad. I guess what we could do is we'll get started with the fields, and then if I can get a worker on some of the plowing, then we'll come over here and sell some of this stuff. Solid fertilizer. How do I need something I can put solid fertilizer in, I guess, to transport it to the sell everything container. Or I could just, sort of kiss 10%. I think it's 10%, right? If you just set it to sell. So it'd be like $7,000 I'd be giving up if I just set that to sell. I don't know. We'll see. Grape juice is also a decent price. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any huge inventories here. Wood chips are definitely not where they need to be. So we'll see. We'll keep that in mind. There's about $80,000 there we can make legitimately right now. So in the meantime, we will get this merged, I guess, and planted so we can have ourselves a nice big grass field. It's kind of a good time to do this too, because we're just, I think, in the first or second growth stage for the grass. So anyways, yeah, so it just seems like a decent time to do it. All right, I just want to take it easy here. I haven't played this game for a while, so I want to make sure that I don't accidentally just plow through my parking lot. I don't want to bite off too much. Yeah, so the other thing I've had a hard time keeping up with is just watching any content. I've been popping in here and there to watch stuff. The hard part too, it was a huge motocross weekend. The Canadian National Series started this weekend out in Alberta, so there's a lot of little controversy and some upsets out there, and sort of some people that we know getting rocked pretty bad. Watched one guy that I know from the East Coast crash and get his head run over. Thank God we have really good helmets, so otherwise that might not have gone so well for him. But anyways, he'll hopefully be back for the next race. Big race in the US, big crashes. It was a big crash weekend, actually. The sort of top-ranked favorite in the 450 series went down super hard and was a non-contender, really, at that point for the weekend. In the 250 series, there was a big crash there, too, which probably resulted in kind of the favorite going first and then second in the second race instead of first. Anyways, just a lot of stuff going on. So it made it hard to watch all of the content that I say friends of the channel. I mean, we sort of through ever since Krustoo's Comlands, the 200 horsepower challenge, there seems to be a bit of a group of creators that we've all sort of befriended our channels, which is cool. So it's been hard to keep up with everybody, as everybody's been off doing their own thing. There's some guys like Zorch Farming and Farmer Mike and Krustoo doing the Frugal Millionaire, like this challenge here. So I've been definitely trying to keep up with those guys on that, but it's been hard. Actually, this is really current. I like the series that Krustoo seems to have just embarked on in Alaska. What a cool looking map that is. The backdrop is really picturesque. We'll see how that goes. I've honestly only been able to watch part of the first episode, where I noticed he had some bit of an issue after buying an axe. Things got a little blurry on him, so I'm not even sure how that went. I gotta have to just park myself and catch up on some stuff at some point. But my work and subsequently my injured child now comes first, I guess. The broken femur required a rod through the bone, which is now apparently stronger than ever, but it has to recover. Not fun at 10. The surgeon, when we were getting prepped, and had asked, "Hey, so do you have any questions?" And he, while laying there eye to eye with the surgeon and preparing to get anesthesia and be operated on, the first thing he said was, "Well, how long do you think until I can get back on my motorcycle?" And then the surgeon just looked at him and said, "Man, you're crazy. Let's just operate." Yeah, I love that. Kids are the best, man. I was enjoying the Banished series from Jack Sarge farming, and I've sort of lost track of what he's doing there. The Banished series on No Man's Land, where he was basically trying to make a living in the hills, which was pretty wild. Brave to do that. And then I think we had Rusty Money Gaming, and who was the other person? I think there was one more person doing that series with him, and I can't recall who that was. But yeah, I gotta try to get back there too and see what's going on. So I believe I have a seeder already, so we can put grass into this field, no problem. I don't have a planter, and if we're gonna put corn, I guess I should say the reason why I was thinking about putting corn in. So my plan on this map is to, if a production exists on the map, I'm going forward, because I put a BGA there before I kind of sort of thought of this, but if there's a production on the map that matches what I want to do, then I have to buy it, and I have to make it functional, and it's got to be up and running before I ever consider putting my own version of that production in. So, for example, the bakery or a bakery, I won't put a bakery in because I believe there's one on the map. I will, however, though, if I've bought the map bakery. And then I want more production, then I could then put in a bakery. So, but what is not on the map is a corn dryer. So I thought that maybe, especially because I don't know if you remember on Comlands where I put the Polish corn dryer in and then quickly swapped it out for sort of a big industrial corn dryer. But I think maybe now, especially because of this Polish map, it might make sense to put a corn dryer in. If you're binge watching this series, as in you're new to discovering this channel, and you've watched sort of all of the Maz series from sort of start to whatever the current post is, and there's some gaps in continuity, i.e. maybe I said I was going to do something at some point, and now I seem like I'm just going in a different direction right now. That's probably just because I don't remember what I said. Honestly, I don't make notes, and I don't have much of a plan. I have a loose plan, but anyways. So if I said that I was going to do something and now I'm doing something completely different, well, it literally has been over a week since I've even been on here. So, and I didn't go back and watch the last episode to figure out what we had talked about. I figured we'll just pick this up. I did spend a little bit of time looking at the map, thinking, you know what, I do want to make a couple purchases, i.e. some land. So that's where I sort of decided getting that field that was behind our farm made sense. And then that's where I saw that other field over in the woods, which is what we're going to go to in just a second. That's where I noticed that field too. We're not done buying property yet because there are other fields that have currently, I think they have oats in them. They're about a month away from harvest. So we could jump in and grab one or two of those fields and kind of take advantage of the fact that they're ready, you know. So I'm looking at this right now, as this field looks like it already has lime. So I'm assuming that we won't have to put lime in this field. What I'll do is, as soon as this is plowed out, and then the one behind our sort of farm, once those are plowed out, I'll purchase the field data, and then we'll see what we're dealing with. But I don't think I'm going to need to put lime down in this field, nor will I need to put it in the field that's behind our farm, I don't believe. So I'm going to run a headland here, and then I think what we're going to do is hire one of the locals to run this plow for us. It won't take them too long because it's not a very big field, but we'll get someone to run this plow. And there's a planter that I have my eye on. It's not for sale, not for sale. It's not on sale, but it's a planter that I've never used. And I haven't had the best luck with a lot of planters, so I think I want to try this planter that I have in mind. Oh, let's just quickly get... Yeah, so it'll be I think our cedar is a 6 meter working width, and then the planter that I have my eyes on, it's also 6 meters. Seems to be a decent width for this map. You know, we're never going to have giant fields, so we don't need, you know, 22 meter seeders, if that's even a thing. But yeah, 6 meters seems to be a good width. Boy, they are ripping. I mean, I guess that thing goes like 18 kilometers an hour, so let's go get the other tractor. All right, let's bring the spreader over there because we're going to want to throw some lime down where we're going to be planting some grass. So there's lime in here already, but we may as well grab some more while we're at it. $750 later, we've got a full thing of lime. You know what we'll do? We'll go park this for a minute until we get those 2 fields plowed. I don't know that that's going to change. I don't know whether if I buy the field data in our 2 new fields before they're plowed versus after they're plowed, I don't know whether that's going to change the field data. So because we're going to plow them fresh, we'll go park this for a minute while we're plowing out those new fields, and then maybe we can sell a few things. And then once all the fields are plowed, we'll buy the field data and see what's going on. That's a good field there. I think everybody that's, Krustoo, Farmer Mike, and Zorch Farming, everybody I think has made a comment at this point, like, holy, it's crazy how all this has changed since we first moved onto the map. Because this definitely looked quite a bit different when we all started. But this area has evolved in different ways depending on which channel it is. All right, there we go. Probably should have a trailer. Oh, that's right. I'm like, where's my trailer? You know what? My trailer is over at my new business partner's yard. If you remember, my new carpenter buddy. I brought wood over and just left it there. So we'll have to go check on him at some point. Has he made anything, I wonder? Geez, this could be a little tedious. I'm going to get this stuff sold, and then we'll go check on our carpenter buddy. All right, we're down to the last 3 pallets. I'm not dumb enough to try to take all 3, so we'll take these first. There was a time that I was dumb enough. I would have gone for that for sure, and we would have been 10 times longer probably trying to get it over to the sell point, but we'll take these, and then we'll come back. So I think you might have even seen it before I jumped off. There was a little bulletin that popped up that said there was a high demand at the wood chip sell station. So that's true, there is, because I think when we looked originally, was it not like $400 or $500 per 1,000 liters for wood chips, and now it's up to like $850, but that's still about $300 per 1,000 liters less than what the top price is. So I don't think we're gonna. I don't honestly think that we need to jump and sell a bunch of wood chips right now. I mean, it's not like we couldn't just automatically find tons of wood chips if we needed it, because we do have trees still that we can chop down and grind up. But anyways, we'll look at that in a sec just so you can see what that means. I have to figure out what I can get to transport solid fertilizer. Actually, you know what? We might just sort of cheap out and set that to sell, because it'll still be close to $70,000 that we get, which will put us at about $340,000, which is pretty good. All right, let me just change those back to storing the salad and the sauce. All right, if we just look quickly here, wood chips currently now are at $842. That's a big bonus right there. But it would cost about $150,000 of additional available profit if we sold them right now. So, like, unless we get to the point where some of these other pieces of property, like, for example, when I look here, I believe in here there's, maybe it's barley. I think it's barley that's almost ready. Yeah, it's barley fields that are starting to look pretty good. And there's a couple of them anyways. Because so here, while we're on here, these are the fields that we had bought originally and merged after clearing out all the trees, and that's full of oats. This is the field right now that we are. Why is this guy over here? Okay, we're obviously going to have to go check to see why this guy's in the woods. This is, oh my God, this is the, our field now. This one has wheat in it. So I think ideally what we want is to own this whole chunk here. This is our grass field, and then we have a strip here. So it would be nice to own all of this and all of this. That would be pretty healthy. All right, oh God, let's go figure out what happened to this guy. I must have a tractor in the woods somewhere. How hard can it, like, I didn't even make the field. It's a field that just exists. Why are you over there? I think that's the first pass. What are you doing, buddy? What the heck? All right, let's just make this a little easier for them. How the guy ended up all the way in the woods like that, I have no idea. I could see, like, if I made this field and it was having a hard time finding the border or whatever, but like, really? I didn't want to be the one to have to do all this manual labor, but I mean, they're kind of forcing me, I guess, aren't they? What? So is anybody playing that map? And I have no idea what it's called, but I saw it. I think it was Mr. Sealy P. I saw him post something about it, and it's basically like two islands, and there's actual high and low tides that fill the rivers and make there's a causeway. It makes the causeway impassable, whatever. You can't pass. We can't get over on the causeway. When the tide is in, that looks like a pretty cool concept. That's kind of a neat thing. It'd be cool to see that on more maps. Like if you can actually program high and low tide. All right, let's see what this. That's the same guy too. Great. All right, let's see what actually happened. It should have been done like a long time ago. Where are you going? No. Okay, well that explains. Okay, so it doesn't explain anything, but I mean, we just saw it happen. Oh my God! I swear, when he got to the end, he hit the gas and went flying into the trees. So that makes no sense. So obviously, we're doing the work now, or we just try to. Maybe we can find a different worker. We need Samantha from over in France. She was a great worker. All right, we're just about done this field now. I have never seen anything like that before, where a worker just literally, it's like time to slow down and turn around, and that guy hit the gas even harder. Kind of reminded me of my kid driving through a fence. What the hell? He pretty much did the same thing. Okay, so that one is done. Look at that, fresh dirt. Okay, so let's go. We'll go hit the field behind our farm, and then we'll be able to buy the field data. Hit it all. Hit it all with lime, and then we'll figure out what we're putting in the ground. So that grass area over there behind us is ours, and I've sort of been trying to figure out what to do with it. I like the idea of putting in some type of animal building. We keep doing cows. I don't know, other than Hinterland, if you were a watcher of that series, which is kind of left just open-ended. I got to figure out what to do with that still, if anything. But yeah, that I did sheep there, but we really haven't done sheep on any other series. So now I have the ability to purchase and house sheep on Castle No, but I only just started to figure out how to earn any money over there. So I definitely don't have money for sheep. Not to mention, I'd like to get cows going there first because we have our own production where we can make nutty cheese or something. I got to grow some nuts, but I got to grow some nuts. What the hell did I just say? Anyways, let's keep going. But yes, I have to. I can produce something I have my own business there, so I can, if I got some milk, I could begin to produce a product anyways there. So but I'm not, I can't stand birds, but I guess with that open grass area over there, I could put in either a bird building or some type of cow building. A building though, not with no pasture or anything like that. Seems like one of the more satisfying things to do in this game is to buy land. Is that the whole sort of like conquer mentality where you go out and just buy up as much as possible? I don't want to end up owning too much land. I just want to own like some effective land that does the job for us, helps us get that $1 million. I mean, I think I said this already. I could likely just chop down all the trees that we have, sit on the wood chips until they're at their top price, and we'd have $1 million pretty quick. Don't necessarily want to do that. I'd like to farm our way there, but it definitely will be a big part of what we do. The nice thing about the wood chips is you can basically use it to then buy more equipment. Like we're gonna buy a planter likely here in a minute, and it's not cheap. Like I think what's a planter, like $100,000 anyways? Yeah, I will forever regret not buying that other field right beside us, the one that has potatoes in it. I hesitated, and then they planted potatoes in it, but we'd be sort of a double-sized field right now if I had bought it. And then really what should be is the field over there that has potatoes in it merged with the field that we're plowing right now, merged with that field, and then the one on the end over there. And we could make all this one field, because basically and then who cares about that little road? I mean, on one hand we could redo the road on the end of the field there if we really cared, but I mean, we don't care. I just think this would be a perfect field. So once those potatoes are done, then we'll make sure to grab the. Oh wait, I'm saying that is there something in that last field? Once the potatoes are gone, then we'll definitely buy those fields and start merging. But what's it? Is there anything in this? Sunflowers. Okay. Well, we may pirate that one. Oh. Don't mind if I do. Okay, so those fields are all plowed now. So let's dump the plow. Yeah, let's get the cedar over there, and we'll buy the data. So now I'm worried that I guess I should really create some custom fields, and then I wouldn't have to worry about workers driving into the woods. That would probably be a good solution. Oh, do I have? Oh, this is full. This is full, no problem. Yeah, if I did a custom field, I don't think I'm gonna bother right now for planting this grass, but then we wouldn't have those issues of the worker just flooring it into the woods. Oh, yikes. Oh, I just crushed that lady. All right, no crop destruction on grass, so we might as well just pull in here. All right, let me get the field data sorted out. $3,400. $3,150. Whew. That's more like it. $1,500. So I guess we should take a good look at. Let's look at the field data quickly once I get back over there, and we'll figure out whether I know this. The field that we created, we're gonna definitely put lime in. Let's just see if we need to put lime in those other fields, because I guess we didn't do it, so we don't really know what the condition of those fields are. I do know one thing: there were some weeds in there, that's for sure. Is it changing color on the map? It's taking the lime. Yeah, I mean it is kind of. It looks like it's improving, so I guess this is worth it. So I was kind of perusing back through just stuff from like I would in the past watch, when I had time to watch things, and before sort of discovering all of these new channels, like the Krustoos and the Farmer Mike and all these guys. I would watch like Daggerwin and Mr. Seeley P to a certain extent, Farmer Klein, DJ Goham for the news and all that stuff. And now I never have time to watch any of that stuff. But I did notice some of these guys were starting to post about the end of this farming simulator, because I guess there was a recap video that had been posted about a week before FS22 was announced, and it was kind of like FS, I guess 19 over the years is what it was, and then like a week later FS22 was announced. So I guess the thinking was that because they posted this recap video of FS22, that we were going to see whatever the next FS title. We were going to see it introduced, but I don't see that anything was actually introduced. So, do you know anything about that? Anybody? Feel free to comment down below if you know something's going on. All right, so we finished the other field and then popped over to this one just to see what the lime would do, and it's definitely changing color down there on the mini map. So I would assume that means we're improving the condition of the field. So I guess we'll put lime down in this one, which then probably means we should be putting lime in the other field that we bought. It's not bad. I mean, lime's not that expensive, and it's not that hard to just drive around in circles for a bit. All right, this is the last little piece. I don't think I'm going to get it in one shot. Nope. Fine. Wow, this is a fantastic shade of green now down there on the mini map. All right, let's go hit the last little field, and then we'll get our seeder going so we can get some grass put in the ground. And then we're gonna have to figure out what we're going to put in. I'm assuming it's going to be corn, which would then mean we get to purchase a new piece of equipment, a planter. But I could change my mind first anyway, so let me think about it for a moment. I'm thinking, 3 passes? I'm always bad at judging. Usually I miss with the first pass, but that's probably 4 passes, right? Oh, look, I'm already missing. But if you look at the mini map, it's definitely changing to a different shade of green, so that's good. Oh, actually, it should be just one consistent shade of green all the way across now. Oh. Make sure I don't get stuck in there. I guess I have to consider the fact that if I plant corn, we're going to need a corn / sunflower header. Actually, we would need a harvester also, but that's not. I'm not too worried about that. I mean, we do have the opportunity to make money already set up, so it's not like we're questioning where our next meal's coming from. We were fortunate to discover the benefits of wood chips. I don't know where I made a comment, something about what do we do on the next series, and a bunch of people sort of piped up and said that no man's land was the way to go. And I think I had mentioned something about never having done the, which is sort of like a rite of passage for every channel. You got to do a no man's land video or series. So I have not done a no man's land series. So a bunch of people jumped in and said, yeah, they wanted to see that. I kind of want to try to figure out I don't know that there's too many sort of new or unique angles that you can do anymore on that map. You just sort of figure out a way you want to play and do it, but because I think everything's been done to a certain extent now. But yeah, we'll maybe come up with something. I really like that Alaska map that old Mr. Krustoo is. I don't mean old Mr. Krustoo. That Mr. Krustoo is on. I thought that map looks really cool. Yeah, this will be perfect because then we'll have. This won't be perfect if I'm in charge. This, if we're patient with the grass, we should be able to mow it all at the same time. Let it all hit the, growth stage where it's ready to harvest, and then we'll have a nice grass field. Oh man, I'm all over the place. There's a lot of weight here with this for some reason. This tractor has a bit of an issue pulling this, which it shouldn't. I think I have almost 300 horsepower on this tractor. Forgot to check to make sure we're actually planting grass. Yes, we are. Should be a decent yield. So, gotta figure out what to do with that fertilizer. But so I did determine. Obviously, I think in the last video or the video before, we determined that us selling the solid fertilizer out of the production and then buying anything we need made sense, because we can buy it for less than we can sell it for. What I've not determined though is how I'm going to transport that fertilizer, or do I just set it to sell direct? Because I would also like to spread some fertilizer. Like you can see in the mini map, the nitrogen levels are probably not great, is my guess. Because we're looking at oranges and reds for our nitrogen level, and if that color means anything, then we're not doing so hot. Can we achieve a green color if we've fertilized enough? I don't know. Maybe somebody that has more experience can chime in and let me know. Maybe that's where stuff like slurry and manure comes in handy, because we could throw that on our grass fields. All right, this is looking good. It'd be nice to wake up in, I guess, May, and then we'll see all of our new stuff growing. I still got to double check to make sure that we can actually plant anything other than just grass. I don't remember what the growth calendar looked like. Yeah. Oh, so once all these fields are sort of established, then I'll worry about custom fields. Like I found on Comlands using Courseplay, and I could see using auto drive here, especially if I have like let's say for example with the solid fertilizer, if I had something that only had like a 5,000 liter capacity, and I have like 75,000 liters worth, well, that could be quite aggravating just going back and forth. So if I could set a worker up to just kind of do those laps, that would be kind of cool. Okay, enough of that. Let's look quickly. Yeah, let me see what else we can plant. First of all the fields are looking. Wait, pH, nitrogen. Yeah, okay. So we're not. We have grass here. We have grass here, so those require some additional fertilizer, I guess. These fields are not planted yet, so they look horrible, but they'll get fertilizer likely at the same time. This one looks peachy because we fertilized it while we planted it. Oh, look, we could do anything right now. Corn. So, well, there's the grain crow, even sorghum, I guess. Sorghum would be. Well, I'd like to get the corn dryer, I think, as something that looks cool. It's small enough that it would fit into our lot there. So let's go see what's available for a planter. Okay, so this is what we're doing. So a couple things I don't know. One is there's 3 settings for hitch height. It's 4 settings. No, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. So we'll just take the middle one, I guess. I honestly have no idea. This looks like we could potentially attach our roller to it. And if we have I can't remember if we have a 6 meter roller or not, but if we have a roller, we could potentially be planting and rolling at the same time. So I think we're going to probably take a look at that. This only requires 130 horsepower. So that's good. But anyways, we got a little bit of custom coloring there. The only other thing I didn't also know about was I don't need planting markers. I got the additional tanks, which provided some additional capacity. Yeah, I didn't know what the cutting system meant, but anyways, this is only $36,000, so we are now proud owners. Vehicle leasing costs. Oh, good God. So we just got whacked for almost 10 grand in leasing costs. Let's check that out really quickly. Oh yeah, look at that. The Cedar, $98,000. Well, I mean, we're not going to use that again right away, so let's just remember that. 130. Well, you know what? We know we have money. Let's buy that out. So we're under 100 grand. It's just we're getting destroyed by leasing costs, specifically when using this tractor. So we're gonna go park the Cedar right now. So we're not gonna use that anytime soon. But we should remember that maybe before we use it the next time, we should try to put ourselves in a position where we can buy it out, so we don't get destroyed anymore with leasing costs. And then now we own the tractor. So that's good news. Now I'm going to use this tractor a lot. So I'd rather not be paying such massive fees just to use my own dang tractor. Because I think I pay my sort of monthly leasing cost, which I think goes to reduce the buyout amount. But I'm pretty sure when I pay the lease cost, like the lease fees, I think that's just profit for the leasing company. I don't think that helps me in any way. I don't think it's reducing the cost of, potential future ownership. Let's try not to run into anything, and we will go hit... Oh my gosh. Come on, drive, buddy. All right, we'll go hit the store and pick up our new planter, and then we'll come over here and fill it up. I can't remember if I put a fuel tank on the farm or not. So we'll get some fuel while we're here. Yeah, as I'm driving, I'm thinking, gosh, it's going to be tough to get this planter back. If we come across any traffic, we're going to be stuck. Let's look and see what our roller is. Yeah, cool. The roller's a 6 meter width. So we could potentially drag that roller behind if the tractor will pull it anyways. All right, no patience. Let's go. $250 in fuel. Didn't even fill it. That was like maybe a half a tank that I just bought. All right, let's see if I screwed up the hitch height. I mean, that's manageable, I guess. It's the one thing that I've never been a big fan of, of the sort of like no man's land type maps is the lack of interaction with AI traffic. Just the maps can be very lonely when there's nothing going on other than just your own farming activities. Oh, I know. Oof. Trust me, I don't want to run into you with my brand new equipment. Okay, can you just go? If you went, shoot, and there's more people coming. All right, you're gonna make me do the 1,000,000 turn here. No, come on. Oh gosh, we're screwed. I don't even want to look behind me because there's gonna be people back there, isn't there? All right, took a little bit of traffic direction, but I got everybody moved, so let's get out of here. Ugh, here comes somebody else. Let's use this driveway here. When I get into these sections where there's a fence and some signs and a electricity pole and a bunch of traffic, that's where I run into a lot of problems, obviously. I know one of the settings that we could have opted for was to have traffic off, but it has provided a source of entertainment. It's been fun for the whole family, dealing with the maniacs in the neighborhood here. And I'll tell you one thing, I've been busy, obviously. There's been some trauma there, trying to deal with this poor kid and his broken femur, helicopter rides, motocross races, lots of work, tons of driving, but it's kind of nice to be back on a map. I'm enjoying it. All right, so I probably needed some type of adapter. I've seen Rusty Money Gaming use an adapter before, and I don't have that. So, all right, fair enough. We're just not going to worry about that right now. That is not the end of the world. That would have been a bonus. The trailer hitch that I purchased for this was free anyways. There was no cost to it. Yeah, corn. Beauty. Oh, okay. That's weird. How many people could you put on there? Why would you ever want that? Didn't expect that. It'd be funny if in multiplayer you had this. I wonder if you could fit like 6 people across that. Does the extra body weight help get the seeds deeper into the ground? Is that what that's for? Wow, look at we're in the mini map right now. We're changing from a like a blood orange to a nice bright healthy green. That's good. All right, well, we can see the rocks in the fields. We never actually picked up any stones, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. All right, final pass. It's a small one. Then we'll take this over to the other new field. We'll get the corn in the ground there, and then we'll probably be calling that an episode, and we'll probably just rest. And I don't know whether the next episode picks up in this month or like this day still, or whether it's in day 2 of April. Because as far as what we have on the go right now, unless we wanted to sell things, we don't really have much else to do. Putting some kind of an animal building in wouldn't be the worst plan over in that grass field over there. But I don't really know what to do, so not in a huge hurry there. All right, here's our other cornfield. Should I be diversifying? Nah. All right, this is going to be a beaut. You know what, guys? We're going to call it there, I think, and I'm going to get this finished up, and then we'll come up with a game plan for a good next episode here on Maz. I really appreciate the patience. I did have one comment asking where I had gone, which I thought was kind of cool. Somebody noticed, but yes, indeed. I've got a new bionic child with a metal rod in his leg, obviously after driving straight through a fence during a motocross race. Not ideal, but it definitely happens more often than not, I think, with that sport. So hopefully we don't have to see that happen again. But anyways, thankful for modern medicine and the advancements of science and surgery. So yeah, I'll keep working on this. I will do my best to get some... so now I'm recording this on a Wednesday. I would love to see this thing go live tomorrow, which would be Thursday. I don't know whether or not that's going to happen. It's going to require some effort on my part to push this through. It may require a very minimal edit, which means you're going to have like an hour and 30-minute episode. But whatever. I just want to get something. I just want to get something posted. And I want to get the conversation started again. I really missed the comment section. I was very much enjoying communicating with everybody back and forth every time I posted a video. So I am looking forward to getting back to that. So yeah. So with that, I will keep plugging away here. I'll keep planting away, I guess, and then yeah, we'll see each other again soon. I will do my best to make sure that soon is soon and not, in another week's time. I don't want to just be posting one video per week. I thought I'd like to be posting around 4 videos per week. So, all right. So with that, I will get this planter back in the ground and I will talk to you soon. All right. Thanks so much, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.